Can you hear the wind? It sounds like a flute. Da, 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 da. It's like music. Da, 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 da. Ah, 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 ah. Holy crap! Doors like something's trying to break in. The wind's trying to break in, but I just checked the map of the clouds, and where I live is outside is a second central area of the typhoon. So I'm outside of the level 10 wind field. So this should be like about 10 level 10 wind, and the highest is 17. And I've seen how crazy it can get for those people, and I really hope that they're fine. Can you hear the music? If you can't hear it, I can repeat it to you. La, 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 la. It's the wind, not real music. It's music from nature. It sounds exactly like how people in Don't Starve Together speak. Their characters, the main character would speak with this music like a trumpet. It's jazz. Kind of like jazz for 1 second. Oh my god. It feels literally like on the airplane. Even the noise is kind of like that brown noise of the airplane. I think that's the exact same kind of wind that goes outside of the plane when you're up in the sky. You know, that's because that's the exact same type of noise you hear when you're on the plane. And obviously on the plane, is there wind outside? I literally make a song out of it. Man, thank God there's no thundering. That's what I'm scared of. And I'm really grateful. Actually, the typhoon now has passed where it was the closest to me. It was even closer to me, but now it's getting further and further. It's really fast. Actually, tomorrow everything will be completely fine. Just in 8 hours when I wake up in the morning, the wind would stop. This kind of wind, if you can hear anything, it's really loud. Well, if you can't, just imagine the brown noise you hear when you're on an airplane. If you've been on an airplane, you know what it sounds like. They're loud, constant, steady. Well, it's not steady, you know. This is not steady. I know on the airplane the sound is really steady, but this is not steady. You can hear it change. And this music of the wind is kind of cute, you know. Why does it repeat this over and over? It's a theme song, a theme melody. If I was a musician, I would write a song out of this. This typhoon is called a Yogi, or Yagi, I don't remember. I wonder why they have to name it. Name the typhoons. Is it as if it's an entity? Well, is it actually an entity? I wonder. It's just air, right? You can say a plant is life, has life, it's an entity. Well, you can also name a sofa a chair. But you know, sofa chairs are less, I think, somehow less alive than a typhoon, because typhoon is something that is literally made of constant moving, changing energy of nature. So probably it is an entity. So if I talk to it, it can hear me. So I gently really ask you to stop, to reduce the suffering that you cause to people that can't afford it. If you can hear me, I think you can hear me. I can feel if it's something, it is, what is it? Well, it's probably a cold that the earth catches. Like we can have a cold and we sneeze. And I think this is the earth's sneeze. It's not something it can control, right? When you sneeze, you can't stop it. You can't hold a sneeze back. It's impossible to hold a sneeze back. And the earth just sneezes. And here it goes. You can't, like, your sneeze can cause some suffering, can cause, like, for example, it can spread disease to other people, or you can sneeze some water on somebody else's face. That is not something you can control. As the same thing, the earth can't control the typhoon. It just came out of the, it's so, I don't know. You know, it's like, because earth is really large, so the sneeze lasts longer than a little human being sneeze, obviously, I suppose. I don't know. And the earth is an entity for sure. I wonder what it's like to be a planet. That's what I really am curious about. What is it like to be the sun? What is it like to be a planet? I really wonder, like, if it's an entity, what does it think about, or it doesn't have a mind at all? I'm curious. Next time, I want to be a planet. If we have a sneeze that is really long, can we name it a two? But it doesn't seem to me like a sneeze has life. It is literally just forces of air out of your body and mixed with air outside of you. That's exactly what's happening with the earth. Well, yeah, it's a lot more understandable when you think of the typhoon as the sneeze rather than something that the earth does. It's not something that the earth does. It's something that the earth can't hold back, like a sneeze. Because before the typhoon came, I kept asking, okay, the earth, why can't you stop this from happening? You know this would cause a lot of suffering. If only you could just stop this from happening, you know? I was thinking as if it's something that the earth does on purpose, you know? Now I understood just by thinking it as a sneeze. I think it's a perfect analogy because obviously the earth, well, there's a lot of things that happen that we can't understand, like earthquakes, tornadoes, and things like that. I think they're pretty much just like the cold that we catch, the sneeze or coughing, that we have a fever, diarrhea, you know, crying, tears, anger. They just swirl up in ourselves in an uncontrollable way. That is the same thing that's happening with our planet. Why? Because, how can the planet is just like the human beings, and that is exactly why we're here. We're not on a different planet that is so different from us. We're on a planet that is bound to be the same as us, or we wouldn't be here. And I just saw another video of a person catching a footage or seeing a UFO. You know, it's real. You know, people talking about it online. You can tell if it's real or it's made up. And I can tell every time if it's real or made up. That person didn't catch it with a phone. She just said, didn't bring the phone with her. She just was with her son outside, and she saw this thing that is actually a classic UFO. Well, not exactly classic, but one of the commonly seen UFO shapes is a triangle with 3 lights on each of the 3 angles. You know, round lights. If you just Google, you will know what I'm talking about. There's a page online of all the UFOs that we have seen, commonly seen. You know, there are like about 20 or 30 of them, different shapes, different colors, different styles. And basically what we see these days are just one of those, you know. And that person has seen one of those, which is a triangle with 3 round lights on each of the angles. I try to ask myself to see if I feel closer to any of these spaceships, you know, UFO shapes. Do I feel any related to that? Because I know I am an alien. I don't feel related to any of that because, first of all, the material, metal, I don't feel related to it at all. I do not vibrate with this material, metal. I really vibrate with the nature, you know, cloud and plants, very naturalist type of things. I really resonate. Nothing like plastic or metal or man-made material. I don't relate to any of those. If I really like, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say like I come from a different planet. That's not right. Like I'm here right now. I can't say I come from here because it really doesn't resonate with me. But as long as I'm here right now, I'm a human being. So I can't really say I come from a different planet. But I know that I don't know how to say this, but I know I'm really different from other human beings. And if I really relate to a different planet a lot more than the Earth, then that would be a planet that is completely not something I can imagine. I know it's something that's completely out of my ability of imagining, and that obviously wouldn't send any ships to Earth because it would exist in a completely different dimension in a way that our language cannot describe at all. That's the part I can say. It's not even dimension or anything, you know. Maybe it's something that's out of this universe, that exists in a place that the word universe doesn't exist, planets don't exist, something like that. I don't know. That has to be there, and people there are all like me. Very spontaneous, very you know, like heartwarming things, and you know, like warm lights, warm and colorful lights, very naughty, playful, childlike, bright, happy, always playing. They're profound as well. But because in a place like that, there's really nothing there's no depth, because there is no shallowness. There's no surface, so there's no beneath. It's just warm light. You know, I think of 10,000 colorful balloons, you know, like in the movies, and that's what I relate to. You know, they all go up and up into the sky, and I relate to the evening light in the nature, and on this in a nature where there's completely wild nature, and there's a cliff, and the sky light is kind of pinkish, rosy pink in the evening, and it's kind of warm as well, warm color, orange sun, and all of these 10,000 balloons of different colors all coming up into the sky. You know, that's what I relate to. Colors, light, heartwarming warmth. That's what I've been living for all my life. You know, let me tell you, my whole family is, you know, if you do the MBTI test, well, my whole family is a S people. So the second letter of their result would result in an S, but I am an N. I'm an INFP. I don't even need to give them the test. I know the result because I just give one of my family member the test, and she is an S. Well, I'm really familiar with the MBTI test. I can look at a person, I can tell. Because it's really easy to tell from an S person from an N person, especially people like my family that are really prominently S people. So really pragmatic realists, you know, not about dreams, colors, things like that. Very hard facts, concrete life, money, career. Well, these things sound just like, if they are materials, they would be metal, plastic. But me, I am clouds, nature. You know, I'm abstract, shapeless, completely soft, vulnerable, open. I'm not hard facts with concrete, with boundaries, hard. All about pragmatic reliability, maybe. I'm warm like a candle, you know. I love all the soft and heartwarming things. Well, it doesn't have to be soft, but light, candles, even darkness itself is completely shapeless and pure, and I like that as well. Holy shit, the light just flashed. Please don't let the power get off again, because I'm about to eat. Because I was sitting in bed, you know, whenever I'm in bed, right before I go to sleep, I would just want to eat. And I want to eat, so I just got off bed and to eat something. Okay, end of video, I'm gonna eat.